It has been nearly 4 years since that Amtrak train derailed in DuPont, killing 3 people and injuring dozens of others. And in about 15 minutes from now, Amtrak will begin resuming its service on the Point Defiance Bypass.
King 5's Kira Alfalin is at King Street Station in Seattle this morning ahead of this new route launch. And you spoke, Kira, with Sound Transit. What kind of safety changes have been made over the last 4 years?
Yeah, Jake, good morning. Well, first, I just want to mention that people are lining up here ready to go. The train has actually just gotten here maybe 3 or 4 minutes ago, so people are ready to get on this train. But it will be safe, according to Sound Transit, WashDOT, and also Amtrak. So they've done a lot working on the issue of speed to make sure that when the train hits that curve where that deadly derailment happened, that it is hitting that curve at a safe speed. So they've done a lot. So after intense system testing and qualifications for the crew and safety certification, Amtrak, WashDOT, and Sound Transit have worked to make sure what happened in DuPont will never happen again. One modification that has been added is step-down speed restrictions, which means before the train hits the curve, it will go from the maximum speed of 79 to 50 and from 50 to 30 miles per hour before hitting the curve. But this time, the system that should have been in place that day, Positive Train Control, will be operating. This is a computer system on board that is monitored by satellite that will slow the train's speed if it wavers from the designated speed.
Once PTC is not in operation, all trains must go 30 miles an hour through the corridor. So there's no availability for them to speed up past 30 miles an hour.
So back out here live, it looks like they are just getting ready to allow people to board this train. The train actually just got here moments ago. So again, people are lined up. They're getting ready to get on. The train is set to leave at 7:22 this morning. But we did also want to mention that there were, of course, lives lost. People were injured that day. And of course, we're remembering that. And we spoke to a man who lost 2 friends on the train that day. So you'll hear from him coming up in the next half hour. And you're also going to hear from our photographer, Jim, who was on the train that day. He had just gotten off at the stop before that derailment happened. He has this token remembering. All right, it looks like they're boarding right now. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, and we'll check back in just a few minutes when that train officially gets underway. Thanks, Kira. Let's talk about those 3 men that lost their lives that day. Zach Wilhoit, Jim Hamry, and Benjamin Gran. Wilhoit and Hamry were both members of railroad advocacy groups and simply wanted to take that inaugural run back on that fateful day. Family and friends remember them as devoted train enthusiasts.
We tried the phone, and Zach and Jim were big on keeping us apprised of what they were doing and where they were. And we couldn't get in touch with them. And we couldn't get in touch in the hospitals. So we were fearful.
Victims of the crash have sued Amtrak for millions of dollars. Since the lawsuits, the company has actually placed a policy in its books to prevent passengers from suing.